Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes. Borada. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OFC 2026 Growing Resilience. And a special welcome to everyone here for the first time, and it's great to see so many familiar faces. This is a really special year for OFC as we celebrate 90 years since the very first Oxford Farming Conference back in 1936. I've been told it's the oldest farming conference in the world. Thank you for making the effort to be here, especially those who have travelled from afar, and especially those in the north of Scotland who battled the snow and ice and elsewhere around the UK. Those joining us for the first time, and for those joining online, you're incredibly welcome. Now, when I sat down to write this speech, I wondered, how should I begin? Should it be my lords, ladies and gentlemen, or simply conference? And then I thought, well, why not go big? Dear kings and queens. Because when you think about it and how life has changed since the first OFC in 1936, it's not entirely wrong. In many ways, we are living like kings and queens. Now, hands up, how many of you had a hot shower this morning? Or even in the last week? Now, 90 years ago, that simple pleasure wasn't available, and today we barely think about it. We're living longer than any generation in human history. We enjoy access to a huge variety of food, comfort and safety, and healthcare that our ancestors could never have imagined. Infant mortality has plummeted, modern medicine has transformed our lives, and most of us have lived in relative peace since the end of the Second World War. By any historical measure, we are extraordinarily fortunate. Now, another quick show of hands. How many are over 60 and how many would hope to live over 60? So in 1936, life expectancy in the UK was 58 for men and 62 for women. In 26, it's projected to be 82 and 86. And for those born this year, life expectancy is 92 and 95, an astonishing shift in 90 years. So tomorrow morning, when you step into that hot shower, take a moment, thank God, be grateful. Gratitude is a powerful thing, and a far better way to start your day than checking your phone and your emails. I hope our opening video that we just showed gave you a glimpse back over the last 90 years resonated with you. We chose the title Growing Resilience because when you look back across the 9 decades, one thing is clear. We are resilient people working in a resilient sector. Our parents, our grandparents has proved this time and time again. But resilience isn't something we inherit and forget about. It's something that we continue to build. We need to nurture it and grow it, and we cannot do it alone. We need each other. We need collaboration, and we need community. Some of you will know my day job is with the Farming Community Network, of which King Charles is our patron. In his Christmas message, he spoke about kindness, resilience, and unity in a divided world. I couldn't agree more. For me, the most important word in our charity's name, in Farming Community Network, is community. And within community, you have the word unity. As a sector, we must strive for unity because none of us can do this on our own. Our sector needs government, and government needs us. And let's not forget, every single person depends on our farmers and the food that we produce at least 3 times a day. Divisions and extreme views will get us nowhere. Together, we must grow resilience and strive for greater unity. This conference is our opportunity to celebrate an incredible sector, one that adapts, innovates, and evolves in an ever-changing world. It's a chance to look ahead at the opportunities for current and future generations, while honouring the legacy passed down by those who came before us. And as we look back to 1936, our motto remains as true today as it did then, to challenge and inspire. In recent years, we proudly added a third word, include, reflecting our commitment to ensuring that OFC is welcoming and accessible to all. Now, we've all heard the expression self-made man or self-made woman. But I would argue that none of us are truly self-made. Every one of us has had some help along the way, from our family, our neighbours, our teachers, our mentors, or someone who believed in us at just the right moment. Now, when I look back at my own family history, I see real, authentic resilience, the kind built through hardship, community, and sheer determination. In the early 1900s, my great-grandfather, Patrick McCann, he lost his wife during childbirth. She was just 35, and they had 3 other children. The baby survived, but unable to provide for his family, he had to sell the farm, and he went to the US to start over again, leaving the children at home with a neighbouring family. 10 years later, he returned home to Ireland and bought back his farm and the neighbour's farm. Now that's resilience. My grandfather, Charles McCann, he was left disabled after being kicked by a horse. My grandmother spent most of her life in a wheelchair, yet together they raised 6 children. They rented land, they grew crops, they grew flax for linen, reared livestock, and they bought 3 neighbouring farms. Many of my family, including my Uncle Charlie in the picture, carried me on their shoulders. This photo was over 40 years ago, and today I carry my daughters on mine. So think for a moment, who carried you? And who can you carry? Who can you open doors for and help and support in 26? Now, anyone who grew up on a farm knows how far we have come. My father started farming as a teenager with a horse and plough. And the first tractor I remember on our farm is this red Davy Brown. Today, contractors arrive in machines that my grandparents could never have imagined. Now, every family has stories like these, stories of hardship, grit, community, and hope. Resilience isn't abstract. It's lived and it's learned, and it's passed down and it's passed on. This is my own father. And my daughter, she thought this was hilarious. She had her ice lolly that was chocolate spots on it. She was covered in chicken pots, and there was ringworm on the calves. And that brings me to my point, that none of us are self-made. We all need help. At some stage, we all need help, and there is no shame in seeking support. At FCN, we see this every day, and our work is needed now more than ever. We know that many in our sector feel very frustrated, undervalued, and under pressure, and this cannot be underestimated. But when we look back over the last 90 years, our parents and our grandparents faced immense change. They overcame extraordinary challenges, and I am confident our current and future generations will do the same. This conference, Growing Resilience, gives us a space to explore what comes next and how we can ensure that our people, our businesses, and our environment continue to grow and develop. In the world of politics, policy reform, and shifting trade agreements, it can sometimes feel as though the drawbridges are being pulled up. We need to lower these drawbridges, soften the rhetoric, and find ways to navigate current pressures and genuine collaboration. This will benefit farmers, government, and indeed all of society, because everyone depends on healthy, nutritious food produced here in the UK. We did have some positive news just before Christmas, and I want to commend the NFU, CLA, and TFA, and others for working constructively with government officials to achieve a better outcome. There's still much to do, but it is a promising start. Despite the climatic and environmental challenges of recent years, we must remember that these small islands are the envy of many across the globe. Our temperate climate, our rich soils, and our hard-working people produce some of the best food in the world. We live in a place where food is abundant, yet too many still go hungry. This is a challenge we must not ignore. So for me, when I think about resilience, it always comes back to people. I'm humbled to be part of this agricultural sector. A healthy, resilient, and sustainable farming community is what we must all strive for. So to all our delegates, enjoy your time with us here at Oxford. Respect one another, look out for each other, keep looking up. Enter this conference with openness, curiosity, and a willingness to adapt and change. And above all, be prepared to be challenged and inspired as we continue to grow resilience together. Okay, just a few housekeeping notes before I introduce our first speaker. If you're wondering what the different coloured lanyards and dots are on your name badges, all the information is in your printed programme. Throughout the conference, we'll be using the conference app, and I would strongly encourage you to download it if you haven't already. And our thanks to Pinion Global Network for supporting the app. We also have a fantastic range of exhibition stands in the North School. Please take time to visit them. And then downstairs, we're delighted to host our charity stands, and they would love to chat with you, so do please call by. After most sessions, but not all, but most, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. You can submit your questions through the app, or you can ask from the floor, and there will be mics going around the room. For those joining us in the business lounge in the East School, please submit your questions via the app, as there will be no mics in there. So there are no fire alarms scheduled this week, so if any does sound, please make your way to the meeting point in the quad via the main hall or to the bottom of the East-South School stairwell. Finally, a huge thank you to all our partners for making this conference possible. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker. Jack Bobo is perfect for opening our conference. He is always uplifting, looking out and looking outwards. He has a refreshing view on the world and farmers' role within society. His ability to weave food, farming, health and public perception eloquently together will leave you enlightened and inspired. Jack is the Executive Director of UCLA Rotherham Family Institute of Food Studies, speaking on the power of narrative. Please put your hands together as we welcome Jack to the stage.